E a gente está de volta com o Pré-Estréia, que hoje é inteiro dedicado a David Duchovny, o ator que alcançou fama mundial com o seriado Arquivo X. Para quem está chegando agora e nunca assistiu Arquivo X, saiba que esse seriado é um dos mais cultuados no mundo. A dupla Fox Mulder e Dana Scully faz parte de uma divisão do FBI que investiga fenômenos inexplicáveis como abduções, ou seja, sequestro de humanos por extraterrestres, e paranormalidade.
Canada, a people like us, only nicer?
Why don't Canadians have group sex?
Why?
Too many thank you notes.
Whoa, Canada. Eager for more time with wife Téa Leoni, David Duchovny has said this will be his last season in Vancouver, where the years he spent shooting The X-Files seem to have taken their toll.
The daily grind of the television show is really hard.
Going once more, right away.
Lock it up.
And we're in the 5th year now, and you know, I just want to make sure that we do justice to what we've already done.
Duchovny's Mulder is an FBI man assigned by the government to investigate the paranormal.
Unidentified flying objects. I think that fits the description pretty well. Tell me I'm crazy.
Mulder, you're crazy.
Along with his partner, Emmy Award winner Gillian Anderson, whose skeptical Dana Scully keeps tabs on Mulder on and off the case.
Is this why we came out here, Mulder? To look for UFOs? Yeah, this is gonna look real good on my field report.
You had some fun with the show, obviously.
Yeah, well, they like to make fun of my nose a lot on the show. Skinner is just rubbing my nose in this one. I think it's anti-Semitism myself. But, we'll deal with that later.
How about the scrutiny on yourself personally? What was the arc of your feelings about that?
Well, the initial arc was, oh, somebody likes me. You know, like, estrogen brigade. Does that mean I have high estrogen? What are they saying exactly? The initial response is flattery, and that maybe you and Scott Baio would be mentioned in the same breath, you know, something that you never dreamed of. And then you move from flattery to kind of an eerie quality of enough already, you know, let's just concentrate on other things. Please don't watch so closely. Please don't think about me. And they're like, oh my God, I'm that important?
Do you believe in, like, the same thing Mulder's believes in?
I'm more of a show me. I believe in a UFO or an alien if it landed on my head. And then you realize that you're just an excuse for these people to get together. And they'll even say that to me now. You know, we came together to discuss the show or to discuss you, but now we're all friends. I realize that I'm like, I'm an icebreaker.
You're a nickname.
I'm a nickname.
Yeah.
The guy's got sports. The Estrogen Brigade has me. If you take a picture like that, then you're not thinking. Oh my God.
Scott Baio took a lot of shots like that.
I certainly wasn't thinking that I'd be sitting in the seat looking at this picture 8 years later. I always feel like anything that happens in my life, you know, if I see this interview or if I see me on a magazine, it's like what you used to do at Times Square where you put your friend's face on the cover of Time. It always feels like that for me. It's like somebody's joking. You know, Man of the Year, David Duchovny.
This year has certainly offered Duchovny his share of excitement. He won a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Dramatic Series.
I was here about 7 years ago. I wasn't nominated. I wasn't even working. The oddest thing about the memory is that we had better seats on that night.
Married comedic supernova Téa Leoni, and even got nominated for an Emmy for his appearance on HBO's The Larry Sanders Show.
Do you think David Duchovny is gay?
We're looking at the Emmy nominees for the guest starring comedy thing.
That's okay. I'm not gay. I'm also straight.
Well, I'm glad we talked about
it. Sometimes I do wish that I was gay recently because I find you very attractive.
And I didn't know the other nominees, and it was Sid Caesar, Jerry Stiller, James Earl Jones, and Mel Brooks who won. And then me. And it seemed like a joke.
It's definitely a heterosexual feeling, but it's directed at you. It's very confusing.
It was ridiculous. Here you have these 4 legends, and then there was a picture of me. It was like that Times Square thing. Of all the things that have happened, or of all the things that have done, I think I'll like save that page, because that was just amazing to me, that I would even be on the page with these guys.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not going to be on the show with you.
What are you talking about?
No, my agent called, said the network went ballistic, and they put me back on with Jon Stewart.
God damn it.
God, you're really upset, aren't you?
it's fearlessness to be able to make a fool of yourself, basically, because it's the fine line. You know, it's being that funny physically or being caught trying to be funny. Nothing worse. For instance, I watch my wife work and I see her physical darings, and I'm inspired by that.
No, I am not smoking, Mother. Look, I gotta go. He's here. Yeah, he knows.
I guess that would be my greatest fear, and my greatest challenge would be to do the kind of work that she does.
Duchovny has his own way of being physically daring, and while 1998's X-Files movie doesn't figure to include any big-time romance, he does take a few risks.
Sex in an X-Files movie is not really probably going to happen unless it's some weird, kinky, green gooey stuff. So I'm injured at some point in the movie, and I'm in a hospital gown, and I go up to go to the bathroom, and like my ass is hanging out. So, like, I don't think that's terribly sexy, but you know, that's how we do it now. I loved it because it's totally gratuitous. You know.
Can you give us any hint on what happens in the movie?
In the true X-Files tradition, it resolves some things and opens up some things at the same time. So the questions that have been going on for 5 years by the time the movie comes out, the conspiracies that we've hinted at and tried to uncover, some of those will be uncovered completely, and yet under these conspiracies are more conspiracies. But I wouldn't give it away. I think it makes sense. It's a great culmination of 5 years of hard work on a TV show.
When we come back, David dishes on his new movie, Playing God.
You know, Eugene, you've got to embrace your criminal self.
Maybe he doesn't have a criminal self.
Well, I would say that whether or not he had one to begin with, events have conspired to give him one now.
It's not my criminal self that I'm worried about.